Sergeant Major.
Oh
Phantom
man,
inbound.
what a game. This looks... Oh god, I feel so immersed in this. Oh man. Oh, this tension is building. Look at that. Look at the atmosphere. Fuck. Fucking get you. Okay, right. These guys, gotta deal with these guys. Take them out. Okay, right. Fucking get them. Yep, that's good. Alright, let's... Oh shit, boys, there's a fucking phantom. Alright, let's take these guys down. Let's fucking do it. Oh shit. This is crazy. Holy fuck. Three, 4, 3. We've got some fucking issues. I've been a huge Halo fan since Halo 3. I was always a PlayStation guy. I wasn't always a PlayStation guy, that's actually a lie. I had a Sega, then I had a GameCube, but then I had a PS2, and then I had an Xbox 360, because that's where my friends were. That's what they were talking about. The Xbox 360, Halo, Call of Duty, and so I got one. Halo 3 was my first entry into the Halo franchise, and I absolutely adored it, from the story that some parts I didn't quite understand, given it was my first time and it was the third game in a long-running series. The multiplayer I fell in love with. It's, to this day, probably my favourite multiplayer of all time, and I don't think anything is going to top it, even if it's technically better, because I have such fond memories from playing on Forge with friends, custom games, the fucking the Duck game. Do you remember the Duck game? Yeah, it's good. And just playing general competitive and social games on the matchmaking, the people that you would meet on the games of Halo 3, sharing things to your file share, trying to figure out how to get the recon helmet, it was so much fucking fun. And after playing Halo 3 so much, obviously I went back and played Halo 1 and 2 just to get a feel for the story and what started this franchise that I got into with the third installment. And so by the time Halo Reach had come out, you best believe I'd played Halo 1, 2 and 3, the campaigns through multiple times, as well as having played the multiplayer of 3 an unhealthy amount. When Reach dropped, I fell in love once again with Halo, and the multiplayer was fantastic, arguably the best, although I still think Halo 3 was better in some regards, although the armor customization and earning system was peak in Halo Reach. The story, again, was fantastic and a beautiful closing game for Bungie's era with Halo. Moving into Halo 4, I mean, the reveal, as a Halo fan, I don't think you can ever forget that reveal. When you finish the legendary ending of Halo 3, and then you see that reveal for Halo 4, where at first you don't know what's going on, and then all of a sudden, you hear Cortana saying, "Wake up, John," and oh, we're back, and it's Halo, and it's the Master Chief, and that rush of adrenaline you get as a Halo fan, it's almost unmatched. Of course, there were some big issues with Halo 4. The multiplayer, for the most part, sucked, and it wasn't something I ever got heavily invested in. The campaign, I think, was pretty good. I enjoyed it for a lot of reasons. I enjoyed the way they managed to actually double down on and explain and go down the path of the Mantle of Responsibility storyline set up all the way back at Halo 1, something that was just hinted at by 343 Guilty Spark and then later explored in Halo 4 with the scenes with the Librarian. Some of it wasn't great, and the art style being one of them. The gameplay changes in terms of advanced movement, of course, led us down a dark path for what we later got with Halo 5, and if you want a video that explains the reason why I'm so against advanced movement, sprinting, boosting, mantling, all of these things that are in Halo 4 and 5, go and check out a video from Chris Reagan where he talks about and breaks down the movement and why that was the downfall of a lot of aspects of Halo. I'll link it down below. Go and check it out. It's a really, really good critical analysis of the gameplay of Halo, and I could just retread and re-explain everything that he explains in that video, but what's the point? Just go and watch that video. He does it so very well, and that's exactly what I'm trying to get across. Halo 5, of course, was a fucking disaster, and I mean, if you don't see that, I don't know quite what to tell you. The campaign was just wrong. You play as Chief for like 3 missions. You play as this other fucking guy, fucking Locke. Get out of here. What? 3, 4, 3. What are we doing? The multiplayer, on the other hand, for Halo 5 was good. I really liked the multiplayer for Halo 5. My main issue being it doesn't feel entirely like Halo, but I do like Halo 5's multiplayer regardless of that fact. And that brings us to Halo Infinite. But first, let me just talk to you guys about the Ridge Wallet. This video is brought to you by the Ridge Wallet, a much better way to carry your cards and cash. Not only do your cards fit in nice and compact, but the wallet itself is also designed to fit very nicely in your front pocket without bulging, which is a huge plus, along with being pretty damn stylish too. I used this old wallet, which I thought was pretty good, but after Ridge sent me this, it's honestly night and day with it being small, compact, and practical. It holds up to 12 cards with a clip on the back for cash, and there's over 30 colors on their website. Personally, I went for matte black, but you can choose from plenty, from carbon fiber to burnt titanium, anything that suits you personally. It's very durable, and each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty, so effectively you could use the same wallet for the rest of your life. And they also provide a service that allows you to test drive it for 45 days. If you aren't happy, you can send it back for a full refund, so it can't even hurt to give one a go. If you're in two minds, there are also over 30,000 5-star reviews from people rating their products incredibly highly, which is always comforting to know. And on top of that, don't forget the RFID blocking technology, which protects against digital pickpocketing in this modern age. If you're interested, head to my link in the description, ridge.com/lasers, and use the code LASERS for 10% off at checkout. That's ridge.com/lasers and using the code LASERS for 10% off. Go and check it out. As a fan of Halo, what exactly did I expect from this? Well, based upon some of the previous trailers, the other two, which I think they absolutely nailed, I had particular expectations. The original reveal trailer had me nearly in tears because it looked so fucking good. Halo? Oh! Oh shit! Halo Infinite? Is this like a Halo 6? What does this mean? That reveal though of the Master Chief helmet was so sick. That fucking reveal, man. The return to the old art style, the fact that at first we didn't know what it was, and then they reveal it's Halo, it's the Master Chief, the music's back, the art style's back, and we're on a Halo ring, and all of you feel it. Wow, what a trailer. The second trailer being Discover Hope, which to this day is one of my favorite trailers for any game. It's incredible the way that the reveal of the Master Chief, the setup of emotion with this new side character, and then the way they use music, the way they use incredibly well-constructed camera shots to make it feel like Halo. Everything that they tried to convey with those first two trailers was that this was a Halo game for Halo fans, and that's what I expected. I expected Halo Infinite to play like Halo. I expected it to be structured like Halo because it looked and sounded like Halo. And on top of that, the people making it have said that they learned a lot from the Master Chief Collection, which I assumed meant they looked at what people loved about the Master Chief Collection, about Halo 1 to 3, and decided to use those things when making Halo Infinite. And I don't think they quite got it right. Okay, big guy. Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go, Halo. Okay, that's all. Yeah, you know, Star Rifle looks okay. You know, it looks kind of Reach-esque. Just don't sprint, please. Just don't sprint. Don't sprint. Don't sprint. I'll cry if you sprint. Just please don't sprint. I'm genuinely like, I'm holding my breath. I'm holding my breath. He hasn't sprinted. He hasn't sprinted. Don't sprint. Don't sprint. Don't you fucking sprint. Don't you fucking sprint. No! 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 Okay, whatever. What the fuck is this? Oh god. It is fucking open world, isn't it? Oh no. Now, of course, sprinting aside, advanced movement aside, the grapple hook aside, forget that for a minute. The gameplay looks bland. It didn't give me that sense of awe that I should have had from looking at new Halo gameplay. Even looking at the demos for Halo 4 and Halo 5, there was still that manner of, wow, this looks great, and it looks like fun. I think that's something maybe that Halo Infinite missed here. Those games and the demos they showed for those previous games always felt they're very heavily scripted, they're linear, you get these big wow moments, the environment, the scenery, everything feels so well crafted. Halo Infinite gives me the vibe of a procedurally generated Minecraft world. Not necessarily from the graphics, but we'll get onto that later. Just from how it's built, just from how it looks, just from how everything plays, it feels procedurally generated. It doesn't feel like it has that handcrafted love that a Halo game should have. Halo thrives on being a single-player, linear, story-based experience. Halo 1 to 3 is incredibly story-focused and gameplay-focused as well. The level design, the structure of missions, the way the story interlinks through the entire trilogy is fantastic, and on top of that, the lore that's set up, the world building, it's just incredible. And for anyone that's a Halo fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Halo 4 and 5 didn't exactly drop that. I mean, Halo 5 is obviously a clusterfuck, but let's talk more about Halo 4. It didn't exactly drop that and still managed to achieve a lot of things that those games did achieve, despite maybe not hitting the mark correctly. Halo Infinite doesn't look like it's even trying. The trailer and the demo that we saw, the game is now a semi-open world experience. It's got optional bandit camps, for lack of a better word. Obviously they're Covenant outposts, but when you look at a game like The Witcher 3, like Mass Effect Andromeda, like Assassin's Creed, this game borrows from those. It has objectives and markers on your map that you have to go to a place, do these objectives, and then you've taken out that outpost. But that's not Halo. Halo should be a linear, story-based mission experience. You should be playing each mission, and each mission should feel different. Each mission should feel like there's a purpose to it. Each mission should feel like it pushes that narrative forward and puts Chief in a new scenario. Halo Infinite, now being set on a Halo ring and being an open world Halo ring, from what they're saying, means that we lose a lot of that detail, a lot of that handcrafted love, and a lot of that focus that Halo needs, that Halo thrives on. And instead we've got just this open-ended, mediocre experience, and that's what the demo conveys. There's no big set piece, there's no incredibly crafted environment, there's no musical swelling, there's just Chief in a big open space, going to a Covenant outpost and shooting some grunts and this guy. Which brings us on to the visuals of Halo Infinite. It looks wrong. A lot of people have said, well, it's just the art style. People got too used to Halo 4 and 5, and now this is the more artistic, stylized version of Halo that everyone loved, and I loved old Halo. I love Halo 1 to 3. I adore those games. They are fantastic. They're the peak of Halo. And visually, they are Halo. Halo Infinite doesn't look like that. Halo Infinite looks bad. Look at Halo 3, look at Halo 2 Anniversary. There is a graphical fidelity there whilst still capturing Halo, while still capturing that art style. There is still the graphical fidelity that makes you stop and go, wow, that looks good. Halo Infinite doesn't have that. It's just cartoony visuals. It doesn't look impressive, it doesn't look stunning, it doesn't look detailed. It looks bland, it looks flat, and it doesn't work. The textures of things look like they're made out of Play-Doh. The draw distance looks pretty fucking atrocious, especially when this is meant to be Xbox Series X. The game just feels unfinished, it feels unpolished, it feels unready, and that could very well be the case, but in which case it needs a delay. And if it doesn't, then they're fucked. The Discover Hope trailer looks fucking gorgeous. Even the reveal trailer looked gorgeous. This doesn't something's wrong. There are pop-ins under the map, the textures look unfinished, the general way that the gameplay is composed feels wrong. Something doesn't feel right, it doesn't come together properly. Like, watch this E3 piece for Halo 4, for example. I'm picking that just because it popped in my recommended, and it made me realize that although Halo 4's gameplay demo looks quite standard Halo, there's not, at least at the beginning, nothing to stand out. It looks like it comes together and feels tighter, feels more focused, and feels more like a finished product than Halo Infinite's does. Let me just compare these.
Hostiles.
These things are some type of defense AIs. Definitely not Covenant. Stay sharp. 4 of them.
See what I mean here? The way that the gameplay feels like it's more tight-knit. It feels like it's finished in Halo 4, whereas in Halo Infinite, there's something wrong. I don't know whether it's the sounds, I don't know whether it's the animations, whether it is those textures. There's just something not quite right. The melee effects, everything, something feels off in Halo Infinite, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But it feels unfinished. Don't get me wrong, I don't think this is all bad. I think there are definitely some things they need to work on. Visually, definitely. Optimization, definitely. They've got to polish the fuck out of this game. It's releasing in just a matter of months, and it looks messy, and it needs to be sorted out. But it doesn't mean it's entirely lost, and Halo Infinite could be more than what they've shown so far. Why they've chosen to show something so boring is beyond me. But what would be nice, some bigger set pieces, some more linear sections of this game, because despite there being an open segment which they show in the demo, I don't believe, until I see it, I can't believe they've made Halo an open world game. If they've seriously turned Halo into an open world Witcher style RPG, I will hang myself on live stream, and I mean that I don't mean that wholeheartedly at all. I won't do that. That is too much of a risk. I don't believe that's what they've done. I believe there are still linear missions. I don't believe the entire game is set on this Halo ring, but I do believe a large core component of this game is the progression of Master Chief and the upgrades you can give him, and I do believe a large portion of this game is the open space of the Halo ring. It's yet to be seen how much core classic Halo is part of this game, but I really hope there's a lot of it still there. Because if the story's there, if there's enough linear missions, the open world stuff doesn't matter a great deal. I can look past it. I can look past some of these things. It needs to be there. The story needs to be there. We need to feel like Chief. Chief needs to be present. There's so much that this game can do right. There's of course so much that this game can do wrong. I'm hopeful, yet I am incredibly concerned, and I am disappointed. As someone who has been a long-time Halo fan, as someone who believed that based on Discover Hope, based on the reveal trailer, that they would be going back to basics, that they'd be going back to what made Halo Halo, of course I'm disappointed. But that doesn't mean I don't still hope for the best for Halo, and I really hope that 343 can pull something out of the bag and show us that they can make Halo. Finally, I wanted to close with something that's been circulating, which is that this is supposedly the beginning of a new era, the new 10 years for Halo, and that Halo Infinite is essentially a live service. They don't want to call it that, but that's essentially what it is. And Halo Infinite is now going to be updating regularly with free updates to add obviously more stuff into multiplayer, but more stuff into single player as well, to add new stories and campaigns past the base Halo Infinite one, which means they don't have to release major Halo installments anymore. We won't be seeing a major Halo installment for 10 years based on what they're saying, and everything they want to do in terms of storytelling and in terms of multiplayer and in terms of additions will be updated into Halo Infinite. And that to me feels cheap. I don't like that. It feels like a Destiny MMO approach, and Destiny does it fine. That's cool. But Halo isn't about that, and I find it incredibly strange and confusing they've chosen that model. I always liked waiting a few years and getting another major Halo installment. That was always incredibly fun and incredibly exciting, but if everything now gets just updated into Halo Infinite, well, I mean, for a start, Halo Infinite better be fucking spectacular if that's what they're doing with it. This game needs to be able to hold up in 10 years from a gameplay and visual standpoint. If they're really going to be doing that, this game needs to hold up, and it doesn't even hold up by 2020 standards in terms of how it plays and how it looks. And that's incredibly worrying as well. I'm concerned for Halo, I'm concerned for 343. I want the best, I really, really do. I adore Halo, and I really, really hope that this isn't the end for Halo. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like, don't forget to subscribe for more videos, more stuff like that. Also, I am going to be playing through all of the Halo games, including the Halo Wars games, Halo ODST, and Halo Reach, the side stuff as well. I'm not talking just the Master Chief stuff. I'm playing all of the Halo games through in chronological order, ready for Halo Infinite, which I will also stream over on my channel, Lasers Live. So go and check that down in the description. Go and subscribe, and you'll be able to tune in for some fat Halo streams. It's going to be bloody fantastic. Thank you everybody for supporting the channel recently. It's been really, really incredible, and I love you all so much. I love working on these things and making content. I got some more videos to come, Fable stuff, Ghost of Tsushima, tons of things that I want to put out. But thank you guys so much for the continued support, and I will see you all very, very soon. Catch you next time, boys. Bye bye.